Hello, all. Welcome back to Melanin Madam. Tonight we are joining you from everywhere because let me tell you, it was important to make sure we made this show. Y'all ain't never seen me do a show in my car, and it's not clean, so if the camera drops, don't judge me. Let's see what's around me first. Okay. So, welcome back, everybody. We are continuing the conversation from last week. And shall we could miss this show? Because let me tell you, these shows be therapy for me, especially when men join and then we have a good show because Ro was good. I just be so proud of her. I just be so proud of her. So tonight we have Rose can introduce herself because she is co-host for this evening, and then the other can introduce themselves, and then we will pick up where we left off.
Hello, everybody. I am Rose. How's everyone doing tonight on this Taco Tuesday?
That's what we need, some tacos. I'm Danielle. I'm here.
And I'm Tone. Same old Tone, you know me.
So Rose sent me the response to read from our cousin. We said that that's what we'll pick up from last week. And okay, so it looks like the cousin answered all of the questions. That's what I'm okay, perfect. Okay, so the first one was about being spontaneous, and so I'll read that one and then we'll have some dialogue and we'll go from there. So our cousin said, I love being spontaneous. It's in my nature. It's important to have a partner that is too. I love spontaneous sex the most. Just chilling in a random place and get things popping off. I like waking up with no plans and end up in a new damn city or going fishing, jumping in the lake naked. Okay, Lake Minnetonka. Trying some off the wall cuisine. I thrive off adventure. It keeps the relationship fun. And I think this part is for this too. Dating outside of my race, I found them to be more open minded and not so serious. So, who wants to give their feedback on? I like that response.
Yep. Tell cousin my number is 8.
Here's what I'll say to that. The part dating outside of my race, I found them to be more open-minded and not so serious. I say that that's true. And I say that it's true. It's one of the crosses that we have to bear as Black women. As we've said over and over, we don't have that luxury. The same way a Black man doesn't have the luxury of just skipping out the house and not having any worries on their plate, that a police officer pulls up alongside of them and their first thing isn't to check for things. So we would love to have those luxuries as well. What I will say is that I would love to see more partners, especially when we're both Black, understand that the Black man's problems are not any greater than the Black woman's problems. They're both the same. You're both supposed to understand them, and within that, be more intentional with your dating so that you build that trust in one another so you can do more spontaneous things and be the initiator. Start to do more of those things that y'all remember when Tiny and Shekinah, they had their show. And remember, Shekinah was like, I want to have a white people day. I want to just go out and do all these things. That is very telling, right? That is a perfect example of we don't just get to go on a bike ride or just, get to do certain things because we literally feel like if we use our PTO and call off for a day, oh no, I can't call off. I can't make them mad. Or I can't, we don't.
Oh no, I'll use time pay. I'll call off in a minute.
But not everybody feels like that. You get what I'm saying? We have different worries and different concerns. So I understand it from each other. Just probably try to incorporate that into your relationship. Women, learn to let your guard down. If your man asks you to take the day off and just do something with them, don't say, well, what are we doing? Is it going to be this? Is it going to be that? Just decide to do yourself a favor and let it go. Just be just relax that day and whatever.
Well, you do need to ask if he's going to pay for the time, the hour, your hourly wage.
No, you don't. But see, that's why your cousin said what he said. No, the hell you don't. Because I thought you just said you had PTO.
I do, but what if I did it? What if I used all my PTO calling out? So, sir, are you going to pay my hourly wage? I'll
And
be
that's why
willing
they
to
don't
go.
like us. That's why they don't like us.
You know,
Bro,
no,
goddamn
no,
now.
that's not true, Angel. I had somebody that actually told me, "Hey, I'm gonna come out there during the week," and we all know my days is Friday night, Saturday, Sunday. I go to work, right? And he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna pay for the day off," and I said, first I was like, "No, no, no," and then when he said, "Well," and I was like, "Hold up, what they talking about?" Like,
See,
you know,
y'all both ain't right.
but I
Y'all
didn't
to this
ask.
point talked about being so spontaneous and so
That is spontaneous.
and
That
I was
you
the one that was more reserved. No. I just said let's try to do more of this. So you don't get to rebuttal it with they gotta pay for it. No. Just let it happen. And of course it's going to be if that relationship is, worth it. I mean, sir, don't be talking about it's the first date. You should take your day off work, sir. Sir. I mean, come on, do some stuff within reason. But women, be a little more flexible. That one was a hard one for me. So the way that I started that one is I used to tell Mark to take the day off and I would pay for it.
So that's what I'm saying. Come on now. You need to pay me my hourly wage. I'll be willing to call off real fast. All you got to say is one.
And
Say
I
less. I'm calling off right now. I'm calling off.
no, but what if they can't afford it? So
If they can't afford it, then that's fine. If it's
you're not like
okay.
that. Don't do that. Tony, what have you ever asked some girl to be spontaneous and take the day off work or get a babysitter for her kids so y'all could just have a day?
I actually have. It wasn't a babysitter involved, but I did need her to take off work, and I did have to pay for it. I mean, I wouldn't say I had to. I didn't mind because I understood where she was coming from. Like, I work for a living. Like, I'm not a kept woman and all that. Like, at this time, we were younger, so she was still making hourly. Like, a day off, shit was like crucial. You know what I mean? So I didn't really mind. Like, if as a guy, I'm gonna just keep it real with you guys. If a guy like y'all, he ain't gonna mind doing stuff for y'all. Period.
Exactly. Right. He ain't gonna mind paying for your time off.
It's not about minding. It's about what if they can't afford it. I think here's the reason why I'm saying that, right? All of us in real life have some damn sense. That's just the reality. So when we say things, we got to remember, we never know if a million people may listen to this one day. We don't want these new age girls to think we're siding with them because we're not. We're saying,
no.
You get what I'm saying? Right. So, yeah, we don't want them to think, oh, no, if he ain't paying, no, we would never do nobody like that.
But it's different. Ours is different. The way we think and the way they think is different because we saying you pay for our time off our day that we missing. They want to be kept. They don't want to work at all. We still going to work. They don't want to work at all. So us asking for a day off, that's not nothing. But these new girls don't want to work at all. They want Chanel bags, Gucci, all that. We're not asking for that.
Like
We're just asking for
let them, and it's fine. But if a man can't, you shouldn't knock him for not being able to.
No, I wouldn't knock him. I wouldn't knock him. It just depends. It just depends. I'm on both sides of the fence. I'm on both sides of the fence.
And then there's always just wait. Like, okay, well, you can't take off. I can't pay you Saturday. I mean, your salary. So let's just wait.
So when it's your next day off, exactly. But I've heard of girls being like, "Oh, you have to pay for me to get a babysitter tonight."
Yeah, I heard that too.
That's you're not about to pay for nothing.
Yeah, especially if it's brand new.
Not them.
Yeah, especially if it's brand new. I feel like that's off the wall. Like, come on, you can't. If I can't get nobody to watch my son, then I can't go. I would not ask no man to pay for no babysitter for me. Like, that's where I draw the line. Like, I'm not going to ask you to do that. Or when they going out, they ask them to buy their kids something to eat too while they on a date. I think that's just not. You don't have any class.
Then it sounds like you can't afford to date, baby girl. So the answer
is
that's not, girl. You better tell your baby daddy to pay for your date because y'all not together because of him. So that shit, ask him. Girls do too much. That's why I wanted to elaborate a little more on that because we're not being unreasonable. We're thinking with our brain, but you got, that's the only reason I was saying that. Okay. So the next one is not all Black women, but some Black women spend hundreds of dollars on hair care and they're not willing to fuck it all up. Period. That sucks, to be honest, because instead of thinking about the hair, think of the memories that could be created when living in the moment and saying fuck it. You can always fix the hair, but it's hard to recreate memories.
Now, I totally agree. I totally agree on that part. I agree.
Don't let your hair stop you from having fun.
Yeah, don't. I
They
agree
know you
totally.
black. Everybody, you know that I'm of the black race, and shrinkage and all those curly and nappy and all that
Yeah,
stuff.
I was just about to say, and if you got some good hair, it ain't gonna mess up anyways.
That
At
part.
𝕬𝖎𝖊𝖐 today, I was all under the water, and my hair still was pretty. So
So, bro, our birthday is in January, right? So, what if, right? We don't ever think about a tropical birthday unless we're going somewhere. So, what if we didn't make no vacation plans, right? We got our weave done, but we got a straight weave this time. And dude be like, oh, okay, let's go. I want to go to the hot tubs, or I want to get a room with hot tubs in it.
I would still do it because it's still a weave. Like I can. Most straight weaves, they still gonna have when they get wet, they have a little wave form to it. So it's to me, I would still be fine with it. Like I would still be fine.
I've never let a weave or anything stop me.
Yeah, me neither.
And bring a clip, and my hair starts shriveling up.
Yeah, you can pull it up.
And pin it up.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I
Okay,
think
so let
I'm
me tell
white.
y'all.
I'm white when I got a weave in. I'm white.
Yeah,
So
let me tell y'all, I'm still black as shit. And let me tell you something. As much money as I pay for my hair and to get it done, when I get straight hair, it's not touching nobody's water. Now, will I still enjoy it? I will. I'll put it up, pin curl it, to y'all point, put on a cap. But if you plan a tropical vacation and you let me get a straight weave in my head, I got a problem. But here's why.
I had a straight one, but it was short. It was short. I had it like in a bob, so that's
I don't
different.
even like
I have to
getting my
think.
hair
I mean,
done.
but then you're using the word plan, so that means that obviously if you plan, he told you ahead of time, so that means I had enough time to go get the right hairstyle for the trip.
Okay, so that's what I
Yeah,
was
that's
getting
true.
at. So that's what I was getting exactly. Not on white. She don't have no sense. But because I am that way, right? Because I am that way that I plan how I want my hair done. I'll show my husband like, oh, this is what I'm getting, or whoever I'm with. Oh, this is what I'm gonna get next. Do you like this? That's already putting it in their head. Like, if you thinking about us doing something different, you better tell me now. Because once these braids go in my head and they sew this down and I can't breathe for 2 weeks, I'm not messing up my hair. I'm not. It's not gonna happen. But you gotta make arrangements and you got to do your part. If you know you like that, then make sure you communicate. Everything is about communication. And to y'all point, I'm still gonna do it. I'm not getting my hair wet though. Not
See,
I
you guys are
still
talking
will.
about
See, I'll still
relationships,
get my
though.
hair
Like,
wet.
you're talking about like your husband or a boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
Like, you got to kind of concede because you guys are in a partnership. Like, if I ask somebody to go somewhere and they be like, "Oh, my hair," then I ask somebody else and like, I'll be like, "She couldn't go
That
because of her
part,
hair." And
because her hair,
you let
that
if
hair
you
part.
want
stop
to
you
ask
from having a
somebody
good
for that
time,
reason, then
doesn't
guess
make you a
what?
bad
Here's another
person.
part.
But
Yeah,
Asia
I'm just saying,
Campbell
I've
will
been
not
down
get
that
mad.
line, down
I
that
won't
road,
get
and
mad.
I know.
If you
Because
don't
you can
respect that I
you can put a
if
rag
you
on
don't
these
respect that I
rags and
spent
all that.
$500 on my hair and spent all day and I told you that's what I was getting. And you couldn't at least say, oh, babe, no, I want you to wear braids next. You didn't have to tell me anything. All you had to do was say, I want you to have braids next. Or I want you to do this next. So if you couldn't care about the fact that I said something in advance, then you're not caring about me neither. You're not the person for me. And I'm okay.
But guys I don't think guys think like we think. They
Baby
don't
girl,
even
at
yes, they
think.
all.
do. Yes,
No,
they
they
do.
don't.
No, I
No,
don't
they
think so
Well,
don't.
the
either.
ones I have had
I
do.
just,
So yes, they do. You're not
I
even
don't know.
trying. Y'all not even trying some stuff. You
Okay,
just
so
I
Tony,
mean, I'm just saying because
do
I've
you
been
think
down
like
that
that,
road
Tony?
for like,
Not
Do
at
you
all.
That's what I'm saying, Tony. Do you think like that? Would you think to tell the girl how to get their hair because we going on a tropical vacation?
That's
What if
gonna
it was a
start another
surprise?
argument. I would just have to tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like the us. You,
First of all, y'all saying, yeah, wait, let's stop right here. You can't tell me what works for me. See, that's what we're talking about. When we were saying niggas
right?
that be like, but everybody else liked it. I'm not everybody else. I'm telling
But
you
see
what my
that
thing is.
but
And my thing is this is a big one for me. You can tell me
okay,
what
so
it is.
Asia, that goes back to what he says, how we difficult because we ain't gonna go nowhere because we got a straight weave
If
in.
you
Yeah,
So
like
it
to
goes
call
back
me
to what he
difficult, if
said.
you want to call me difficult for the thing that bothers me, then you can call me difficult. But here's something on the reverse. When y'all got kids, and I make sure to care about your kids and the arrangement you have with your kids. If you got them every other weekend, on the weekend you got your kids, I'm not ever surprised at you on those weekends. It's boundaries. Whatever's important to you. If you are in a relationship with somebody and they tell you if those things don't work for you, y'all sit down and talk about how that should look. But if I'm telling you that's something that's important to me, if you don't want to talk about it or you want to plan accordingly, knock yourself out. But don't be mad. And I won't be mad if you do something different.
Then that's the whole point of communication. I completely understand that. So if you communicate and maybe that person that you with is like, hey, you know, I'm not even into stuff like that, or, you know, gonna be that spontaneous, then, but, you know, okay.
But everything else on the game, so you really can't.
Right. But see,
but what if it's spontaneous? What if it's something spontaneous, like he said?
Bro, that's like doing something for somebody that they didn't ask for. If I ask you for an Infinity and you go out and buy me a Lexus and then get mad because I don't appreciate that Lexus, did you do that for me?
But it still takes away, okay, just like said, if it's spontaneous, if something's spontaneous, maybe we at the house and it's getting hot in heaven, we about to get in the shower, you know, some shit happened underneath the shower. Am I going to kind of ease it up because I don't want to get my hair wet? Hell no.
But that's you.
You can put a shower cap on. Put a shower cap on.
I'll worry about it after.
So, Adrian, let me ask you a question.
That's great, but I think y'all need to stop because that does not make somebody difficult.
I think Tony said that he prefers to text.
Tony said he prefers to text, and Ron said he prefers to make a call. That has directly to do with his job. But if I say, Tony, then why don't you not work at these hours? Because you know I'm going to call you at these hours, and then I get mad and say, well, Tony, you're not being flexible. How?
I don't think that makes us difficult.
I don't think.
Thank you. Don't use the word difficult. That's not fair, and that's what I'm saying about black women.
I don't think it's difficult like that at all. I really
Thank you, Ron. It's not. That's not fair. We need to stop using such harsh words against each other.
I'm gonna tell you why. I think it's not difficult because, and I mean, you can't say every case is the same. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Every woman is different, but I notice around a lot of women have patterns, and they have patterns on how they wear their hair. If you pay attention, you won't have to communicate. You have to pay a fucking attention to your woman. So don't plan spontaneous shit around the patterns. Her patterns, don't make them coincide. Don't do this. So I'm never gonna get. I understand. I had a mama. I got several sisters. I got daughters. I understand the struggle of a black woman's hair. So I'm not gonna call a black woman difficult when it comes to her hair. So my point is,
very strong word.
As a man, I'm gonna be flexible around that. I'm gonna go around her patterns and I'm gonna plan shit around her pattern. I'm not gonna get mad if she don't want to get her hair wet. You know how long they sit in them chairs to get them hairstyles? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours. That's a waste if you do that.
Oh, well, they need to go to somebody else if it takes that long.
I'm just saying.
You still being hard on women. Y'all need to stop. Okay, let's go to the next one. Oh, and let's wait. I can't really see. So was somebody else saying something? I don't want to move on. I wasn't being rude. Y'all know I'm on my phone.
Shower cap.
That's cousin laughing at Rose saying put on a shower cap. We hot, heavy, and sexy. Let me throw on this raggedy ass shower cap.
Right, hold up.
Yes, I feel so sexy. But was somebody else saying something? Okay. Let me go to the next one, number 4. Okay. I don't like how in situations it's always got to go to the extreme. You're trying to deal with black women. Instead of listening to understand and communicate, it's always they have to get their point across no matter if it's right or wrong. I believe that conversation just exhibited that. Never wanting to submit. It's never-ending battle because black women feel like if it's something they don't agree with, then they will make it into a bigger situation than having it just to be. You just called somebody, no, but you guys just did it. Literally called it difficult. It was so wrong. I'm never ever going to fuck either one of y'all. But
you can't go off of us because
that don't matter. Oh yeah, that don't matter. And the one thing I'm like, no, I really don't like that. I go to the steps to make sure I respect the other person. That's why they call us difficult. Okay.
But you know what? It's just with that.
One more sentence.
Okay.
Wait, twin. Let's see. The 2 more sentences. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. The I don't need a man attitude is a downfall downfall for many. So
these are such generalizations, man. Like, damn.
Tell people what they don't like, and if somebody's saying something you don't agree with,
I just hate when people, when they talk about black women, it's always a generalization. It's always man, every black woman is different. Every black woman ain't the same. Like, quit acting like all the black women act just alike. Like, what type of black women are you messing with? Like,
I'm the black woman that's right, because I say this. Hold on, Gina. I'm sending you the link right now. I sent it to your Instagram, but I'm texting you. Sorry, Ron. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all. And I only see this with black women. I don't hear no other race women get called out like this.
But see, that's why
when it comes to black women, why you can't generalize? You can't make your little 30 girls you dealt with. You know how many women is on this earth? Like, you can't.
But you know why, brother?
Those are all black women are like those 30 that you dealt with. Like,
you know why, brother?
That's my biggest problem.
It's because of what he just said. It really is. And I don't feel like a target. I promise I don't, y'all. I was just driving home a point. I don't get offended by but of course, my twin and my sister would say, they love me very much. But what happens is, when you in a group of girls, and it has happened in all of my friend groups, if all 30 of them agree with something and Asia says something different, then Asia is wrong because her opinion is different. You can't tell me I'm wrong. You can't tell me that what I'm doing is wrong. You're not with my partner. You're not with me. And you're not with the understanding that as long as I'm not woe with me and I'm accepting that everybody got consequences to what they like and don't like, then you can't make somebody the out person. And women want to do that all the time. They want agreement. They want it to be, well, we all think this.
I don't feel like that. I feel like everybody can have their own opinion. We not all supposed to think the same. No, I said that. I feel like, no, I agree with it.
That was the answer.
I agreed with what he said. Now, what you said, I just didn't agree with it.
No. When Danielle said the same thing you said see to me as if that was the right answer. And even in those things, we don't notice that we do it. We don't notice that we do that. It's like, see, I told you, I do it too. We do it because it's you do want people to have like opinions, but we do it to a certain point where people feel bad, or they feel like they are right and you are wrong, and we don't allow people as much as we
know, but I still don't think that people. I still feel like, well, I probably said C, but I still feel like everybody's not gonna feel the same. That don't mean that I'm right and you're wrong. We just don't have the same opinion on it.
Right.
I mean, I'm not a person that get mad if don't nobody.
No, you don't, and that's why I made sure to stop.
I don't get mad about that because I'm still gonna think what I think anyway. I don't care what nobody say.
Right.
I'm still gonna think it.
But what he said was true. It is very true. It's not very common that I've had people on the show that had opposing opinions, and you could see the way the conversation went. Once two people didn't agree, and it's like one of the people like kept coming at the other one. It was some interesting feedback, and I was like, damn,
but you should be able to have your opinion and go back and forth with each other. And at the end of the day, that's because everybody has their own opinion. I can tell you why my cousin, he said that he literally do. Like I told you, he messes with black girls, but he messes with white girls too. That's why I asked him, because he messed with both. So that's why I was like, he the perfect person for me to ask these questions, because I know he messes with white and black girls, but he messes with white girls more.
You can tell he does, because none of his questions have the answer saying what, you know.
You want to know something? The thing, and I kind of feel it as far as the races go, because not trying to say that we're all the same, right? But at a certain extent, and even just growing up, there was a point in time where I had my black friends, right? And then I had my white friends and my white and Mexican friends. And with those friends, we just rode around and did shit. We went camping. We did all types of spontaneous things. We went to different, their house parties were different. But then with black people not going camping. They're not about to do none of that extra stuff, And all for say, after a while, it was like I was having more fun on this side than doing the daily activity of what we were doing, you know, and not trying to make it a race thing, but sometimes it does
No, it
come
is.
to that extent
I
where
agree.
But that's just, and that's exactly what he said. Like they do, it's exactly what he said. He said that they do more responsible.
Now, like, you know, now I'll go on a hike with you, trail. Like I said, as long as it don't kill me, I'm all for it.
I want to go camping. I want to go camping. I just don't want to sleep in a tent outside.
Hell
It's
no.
kind of not fair because that shit is.
That's camping.
Go ahead, Gina.
Never.
It's kind of unfair because that stuff is a cultural thing. Most of us didn't grow up going camping and snow and jet skiing and skiing and snowboarding. Most of us didn't grow up like that, so it's not like we don't want to do it.
But we do it now.
Because we can afford it.
Right.
And
I was just gonna say that.
I actually met people where they like, I don't do nothing like that. I'm not about to go camping. I'm not about to be hiking so my roots can get nappy. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Danielle, you're right.
Like, wait, what? Like, girl,
you're
please.
Right. It was different experiences that I had in junior high and in high school. And when I would invite friends to do different things with me, friends wouldn't go. But they would be at that house party or at that friend's house where y'all could drink, or at that house where the boys would come out. You didn't want to go to places that I could invite you and the experiences you could have had. You chose.
Nobody invited me to go camping.
I used to go camping all the time in the summer. I actually did, but I stopped inviting people to do the different things that I could do because what you're not going to do is keep hurting my fucking feelings, or you're not going to lie to me and say you can't do X, Y, and Z, or you're not going to lie and tell your parents you with me. And you really
at the house party.
Exactly. You're using me. You're not a friend at all. So yeah, but it's very true. They chose to do different things. They wanted to do the hood rat shit. But I said what you said at first, Gina, like we're being prosecuted for things that we could not do. We don't have the luxury of just being spontaneous. You got to worry about babysitters. Some don't have babysitters like that. Some don't have the money to pay a babysitter. Some don't have the money to take the day off work because you got to think about your kids. What did we get? Like 2 weeks for some jobs. Now that we're in our career, we get 4 or 5. That's different. We're going according to what our life afforded us. We didn't have that. You know, we in college and working and a mom or taking care of your parents and doing this. We haven't got to do one thing and just enjoy it. And we're being prosecuted for not being spontaneous in a space where we are not fortunate enough to have those luxuries and experiences.
I think that's an excuse. That's just how I feel personally.
When you're growing up, you don't, Danielle. You have what people, not only now. I mean, when we were growing up.
I know. I mean, come on. We all came from the same place, and God knows I didn't have none of that stuff.
But now we don't got to excuse it. That's why I said we can do all that stuff now.
But that's why I said the difference.
As a teenager, I still realized, like, that even though I didn't have those things, when I started getting introduced to them, I had a choice to be like, hey, am I going to limit myself and not do it because I don't want to get my roots snappy and all that stuff, or am I just gonna go ahead and
no, that's a simple reason. I'm talking about real reasons. Like you cannot miss school, you cannot miss work.
Oh no, yeah, now definitely.
Yeah, not little things, no, big things. As people
I can go glamping, Sanaya. I can.
Yeah.
Like when it's in a RV.
What do you think about that one that was said last about it kind of touches on what you was just talking about though.
Yeah, I agree with that wholeheartedly. I was thinking that myself. It's cultural. When you grow up, you know, a certain way, whether it's in poverty, whether it's in a hood or whatever, you don't got resources. You know, it's a lot of people, they start having kids out of high school, starting their lives early, so you don't even ever get to start exploring yourself like that, especially if you're a young parent coming out of poverty. Then you're trying to figure out how to be a parent at 21, 22. You ain't thinking about no goddamn skydiving and snowboarding and all that shit. Is once later on, once you get, like Danielle and everybody else said, when you get older, then you're able to. And I understand the generalization again. I've never been around too many black women that be making excuses about doing shit. I ain't never seen it. Like the women that I've been around and messed with, I ain't never experienced that. So I don't know what the hell everybody talking about. Like that's why I call it a generalization, because
and that's why I like that, because
I'll tell you what they're talking about, brother. They talking about all of the experiences that I've had. I've been very lucky to date some phenomenal men and have good friends. But the men that I dated would say things like, "Come on, I want to take you this place. Come on, I want to go this place." You're talking about something that you don't offer either. Did you actually ask a girl to do these things and she said no? That's what I'm saying. I'm asking these questions to give an example. And the only examples that are being given, I love the answers. He did one part, but so much like everybody else, you skipped over the part that said, well, what would make it better? What do you need? Give me an example. There's no examples here. You date both races, but you keep only talking about black women. If the white women are better, tell us how. What is it that they are doing
I
that is
think
different?
on the next part he did. If you
Okay.
keep going down, yeah.
Again, I don't see anything wrong with his questions. This is how we are conditioned to answer some of these things. So I don't think it's not a right or wrong, and he's being very kind with his words, all of that. So I like his answers, but they're not giving us what we need. You're telling us what we
And
don't
then
need.
he grew up in down south too. So it's like you really grew up around all black people in Mississippi.
Oh,
He grew
that totally
in
changes things.
Mississippi. He grew up in Mississippi, but he still, I don't know where them white people came from, but he
Wanting
was
to
messing
not
with
be it came from not wanting somebody to look like your mama, wanting to be far away from poverty, or
No,
not
I'm
wanting
just
to
saying I
provide
don't know where they was at, because when I would visit my daddy in Mississippi, I didn't really see no white people. Not where we lived at,
This
like
is
where
what
my
I'm
dad
saying,
lived
and
at.
that's probably why he dates white people. It's far removed from what hurts you. Deal with your issues, son. But you date both. So I don't next question. The next one is, I expect her to continue to be ambitious and work towards her goals she set for herself. It's not a turnoff to me to have an ambitious woman, as long as you are putting the work in and not giving up and making excuses when shit don't go right. I don't like quitters. That really doesn't answer the question. So the question was about ambition and how should black women balance being ambitious. That didn't really answer the question,
You know what?
only because call my name if I need to look up. Only because this talks about women that give up. That's the problem. We don't give up. We keep going too hard. So the question kind of was, what was the balance? What do you need from us so that it doesn't feel competitive, you know? So that one kind of didn't answer the question.
What number is that?
Number 5. Right? That was the question, right? Because we heard that we're too hard and we right? That came from like me and Rose saying we do work too hard. What's the balance? Okay. But good answer for women these days. No, you don't get to give up when shit get hard. I don't know what make people think life is like it is on Instagram, that you come on one day and nobody on Instagram or social media is an overnight sensation. The only overnight sensation, if you even want to call it that, is somebody like Tyrese that was heard on the bus. But if you go back and look at people's portfolio, how many things they've tried, how long they've been trying, it's not overnight. They put a lot of work in and tried a lot of different things and hit a lot of roadblocks.
Unless you go viral, you could be successful overnight. If you play your cards right after you go viral, you can overnight success.
You go viral for stupid shit. I'm talking about him talking about people quitting. I'm talking, since he said this, I want to.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah, I want to respect that he so we could try kind of change it up. But and we know that, to y'all point earlier, like you saying that the women these days don't want to work. They feel like you should do all of these things for them just because you got a vagina. Girl, don't nobody care you got no vagina. You got to work hard like everybody else.
Well, that's what Steve Harvey said, that a woman has a vagina. Well, he said a womb, so they don't have to that's what you bring to the table. That's what Steve Harvey said.
And that's why Lori Harvey is charging.
Look, I'm like, that's what Steve Harvey said.
So I will say this. Let's think about what was said. So the man that is interested in utilizing your womb should probably do those things. That would be a husband.
Well, a husband.
But until you get to all of that, he don't care about your womb, man. He's not trying to get your womb. He needs to use your vagina real quick.
But he basically said, when you interested in a woman, you know how men say, what do you bring to the table? He was like, a woman don't have to bring nothing. Like the man is supposed to do everything. But that's off a subject, so you can go to the next one.
I mean, I have a
yes, he said that.
And that's why Lori Harvey is charging.
Girl, that's why I said, exactly. I said Lori Harvey straight got that from her mama. Just think how the mama even made him take all her kids. Her kids got his last name and everything. He said a woman ain't supposed to bring nothing to the table.
I disagree with that to a certain extent. I have an answer for that as well. For number 5, a male answer. So on that question for number 5, he basically said, hold on, I understand the power and confidence that comes with ambition, but that can be a mindset that creates a sense of one's and or change of the guards. All because a woman has drive shouldn't create a vibe for now controlling the home and replacing roles. Balance is everything.
Yes, I agree. In my marriage, the first thing I asked for was to not be the head of household. I want you to lead and I will follow.
For real.
It has nothing to do with money. I just don't want to be in the driver's seat. This is not a seat that was made for a woman. It says in the Bible, I'm supposed to be a helpmate. I will submit to whatever you want. So please don't make me do this. That's what I want. So I don't.
A lot of black women don't want to. A lot of black women want the man to be the head of household. That men really don't think it, but men really don't think we want them to. But we really do want a man to be the head of household. But a lot of men nowadays are not able to be the head of household, so it still makes a woman have to do everything.
Let me speak on that, and that's very, very much so true. I've done it twice. As far as me being married twice, I felt like it's supposed to be the man supposed to provide, and I'm supposed to do A, B, and C as it speak. I've never really wanted to be a housewife because it's not for me. I can't just sit here. I want to work. I don't want to get allowance. Okay, but exactly what you said, Rosie, as far as sometimes men, they'll try to fight as far as like, hey, you're not letting me, do A, B, and C and run the house. But how can you ask to run the house if your woman is the one that's providing everything financially?
And some men still feel like that they're still supposed to be the head of household. And I don't feel like that. Like I don't know. That's like a touchy situation because some people say some husbands are going to make less than a wife. So just because you make more than he ain't the head of the household. But to me, it depends on the way he. Yeah, it don't have nothing to do with money. It's the way can I trust you with everything? Can I trust you to do what you're supposed to do? Can you lead this household and you tell me, Rashawn, to do X, Y, and Z, and I know that. What you're telling me is
interest.
Exactly.
Yes.
Most men can't do that nowadays. So it's like we still have to.
Because a man that makes, that's like saying because somebody has a lot of money that they financially responsible.
Yeah. I want somebody else to be the head of household, but like she said, I still would never be a housewife. I would have to work.
I don't want to be a housewife.
But you can be the head of the household all day long. Thank you, sir.
I will listen. Whatever.
For real. They just don't know. We would listen and everything, be submissive and everything. But you have to be doing what you're supposed to do. They don't think black women want to be submissive. We want to.
Yeah, think of it like this: a manager, A, B, and C, and not even working at that.
Well, if working is not defined again by money, because think about your manager, right? I'm a manager. Asia is a manager. I'm not doing the same thing that you're doing, but I can tell you how to do it. If I need to jump in, I can guide you. I'm your support. I'm your leader. I will speak up for you. I do all the things a manager is supposed to do. But if you think I'm going to do the same things that you're doing, that makes no sense. You're in that role for a reason. It's the same thing. You respect a manager, right, that knows something. What's the first? If our managers are stupid, right away, you're like, I'm not listening to you. But if you respect your manager, you'll do everything your manager asks you to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's the same thing in a household. You cannot be talking about, well, Asia, I expect you to cook, clean, do this and do that, but you go to work and come home and sit down. But I go to work too. So you think that you're just supposed to tell, you're not a delegator, sir. That's not head of household. You have to be What are you bringing? Are you cutting the grass on Saturday? What am I seeing you do that contributes to the family and for real leaders? Are you having conversations that need to be had? Are you thinking about our future? Am I worried? If I'm worried, you're not leading.
Yeah. Like what Sanaya said, I feel like submissive has such a stigma, and it does nowadays, because a man feel like just because they live in a house with a woman that they're the head of household, and nigga, no, you're not.
That is an earned title, and it's only as good as long as you're earning it. It is not something that is owed to you, and it is not something that you just get so that your friends could think something when they come around. Don't you care about your household? Don't you care about your family? If you care, you will want to make decisions that's for them, not just for you.
But you know what? You do have a lot of men out here that didn't have dads. So they I
No, no, no,
That is
no,
also
no,
some goddamn weird.
I'm gonna tell you why that plays a big part. You
I
want to know
know
why?
people with crackheads for parents that's doctors. So I don't want to hear that shit no more. We too old. We're too old. We're too old. We're too old.
I'm gonna tell you why. The reason I listen to Ron talk, right? He had mom and he had dad. We all know his dad did not play, right? He had both. But then I've been married to two men that only had their mom. And believe me, the way they talk, the way they think, the way they treat women, the way they raise their kids, their morals is different. It's different.
Very different.
Okay,
so that means I didn't grow up with no daddy. So that means
mom at 10. Uncle Donald and Ronald never had a mom, but Uncle Donald and Ronald doing what they supposed to be doing. You will do what your will makes you want to do.
Yeah, I don't believe that.
Nah, it's
why would you want
to? I'm a man, and I know you know we grew up at. You know, I didn't know anybody that had dads. Honestly, I was probably one of the only ones that I know around that time in my age that had a father. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
A lot of people they grow up without these dads, and our mentalities are just different. The way we see shit is different. For instance, I'm gonna give you an example. Some simple shit is I was always taught not to put my hands on a woman. No matter what the fuck happening, my dad always taught me, you better walk the fuck away. Go outside, take a walk, go hit some iron, or do something strange. You know what I'm saying? It was always, dad always had a remedy. He say, don't put your hands on a woman. One of my friends, I'm not gonna name no names, but
right.
You know, he said his mama told him when he was in first grade, if somebody put their hands on you, fuck them up. It don't matter who it is. And that was his mama that told him that. So he didn't have no daddy around. His mama told him, girl or boy, beat their ass. And he stands on that shit to this day. So that's how he was taught. He didn't have no daddy around to teach him otherwise. His mentality, no matter what I say, he's not going to see in my way because he was not instilled with the same things I was instilled with. So I get it. We all say, okay, you're old enough to know, no excuses, whoop-de-whoop. Well, I'm fine. I didn't have no dad. That's just you. Everybody is
but that's what, okay, so wait, stop right there. That's what we are saying. Stop blanket state. That's all me and Rose said is stop blanket statement that some of these men don't have dads. I personally don't want to hear that no more because we didn't have a bunch of things. So at some point, you got to look around and see that that's not okay. Again, I have uncles that didn't have either one, and they're nothing like that. I had a man who grew up in a household, and Danielle, you know who I'm talking about, that you would think that this person probably puts their hands on me. Never in life has put his hands on me. Never. So
but I still feel like it. I just don't like when people say that because I didn't grow up with a dad. So
I don't like it.
And my mom didn't bring men around us. So I can say, well, I don't know how to be a wife because my mama never had nobody around.
Some people could rise above. Some people can.
We're not talking about
and that's what I mean, brother. If you
okay, you're right. She said we're not talking about women, we talk about men. Okay, so I'll be quiet. Look, so I'll be quiet.
I'm not talking about myself. I gave examples of me.
But off of experience, like I said, it's just there really is a difference. It's just a difference. It's a difference because now you have men out there, they're trying to raise their kids or go about the life on what they think of what a man should be or what their mom taught them. And not every woman teaches their son right. You have a lot of men out here that's basically raising their kids like it's their man.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So now that's like I raised my sons, right? And let's say I just raised them to be like, oh, yeah, just like Ron said, hit a woman, do this. Yep, if she disrespect you, treat her like this, you ain't dating them all and stuff. They're going to be like that. But I didn't raise my kids like that. Even though I had, they had the stepdads, wasn't really involved in raising them. I always told my kids, check this out. You guys go ahead and date. But when you have a girlfriend, whoever you bring home, that's who you bring home. You're not about to bring home Sarah, Mary, and Jennifer. We're not doing none of that. Don't introduce me to nobody that's not your girlfriend. I promise you, both of my grown boys, any girl that I've ever met has truly been their girlfriend, and they've been there for years. Anybody that they mess with, I don't know them girls.
I think another good point is with, of course, fathers being out of the home. I'm not saying all women, but a lot of women, the way you talk to your son growing up, if he's 10 and 11, you calling him a bitch ass nigga and you're being verbally abusive, that's not cool. If you calling your son a bitch ass nigga and you talking to him like he's a nigga on the street, I've heard it. So
I've heard it too,
that's what creates some of these men. That's what creates some of these men. You can't do that. That's traumatizing. That's shit that they come from, being verbally abused by their mama, their daddy being gone. That's going through that for 18 to 19, 20 years. Like, how do you expect somebody to have any type of different mind when that's embedded and instilled in them?
No, that's for real. That's true. That's true.
Really said that. He said that. So to be clear, let me reiterate. I'm tired of that excuse because too many have used it as an excuse, and I know damn well you know better. The fact that you keep using it as an excuse means you know better. Because if you know I don't have this, so I didn't know that. Okay, you didn't. So now that you do.
Well, I don't think no one's used. So I'm not using excuses. I'm not me. I'm speaking from what I see. I'm speaking from observations. Like, this is what I see. Like, no one says this. Like, no man has ever told me this. So I've never heard a man actually use that's doing it, actually use it for an excuse. I've never heard a man say that. I'm just going off what I see, when I'm observing from the outside looking in. That's like an analysis. That's not like men are out here saying, well, shit, I don't know. That's what my mama taught me. Like, no one's ever said that to me.
Yes.
So I think my experience is just a little bit different because of my career. In HR, I heard so many different things, and people, you'll be amazed that when you pull somebody in and they're either about to get written up for something or whatever, that excuse was dropped a lot. I wasn't raised like that, or I was raised like this. Fortunately for me, because excuse or not, I'm still not going to treat you like it's an excuse because I don't know if that's the answer. So I'm going to have compassion either way. But what I would like is for us to acknowledge that once I say I didn't know that, then now that you do, you have a responsibility to do better. But what I can tell you is there is a male that I want to have on this show that legit just said, if it wasn't for my grandmother, I would have thought that another term for female was bitch. I thought it was just regular because my mom called me a bitch as a young man. To your point, I was like, wait, what? And he didn't know, but his grandmother is who told him that. But his mom really called him that, what you just said, like a bitch ass nigga and all this other stuff. And I was like, what? I was like, Jesus. So people do go through some horrible things, horrible things. But here's the thing, and this is what I wanted to take away from everything we talk about. We owe ourselves. So if there's something like me being too hard, that was blocking me from having love. You deserve to have a better life. You deserve to have a full life. You deserve to be loved, and you deserve to give love, especially to your children. So all of our hurt places, we can't sit on excuses. Excuses, the reason, the past, we have to try to make it better. And it's for us first. Even if you got kids, you learning to love is for you first because you deserve to be loved. You deserve more than what you've been through. And that's what I'm saying by that. So I know I get passionate about topics. I wanted to stop right there. So that, again, if anybody listens, it's not an excuse sometimes. I don't like that word either. It's the reason. Because an excuse means it's not real almost, or like you should just put it to the side. It is real, but what can we do to make it better? I think we should think about that.
Was it more questions?
It's one more.
We have 7.
Okay, so the next one.
So you should be on number 6.
Yes. Okay. The support one is hard because we as humans only support the way we know how. Come on. And everyone supports this. Oh, and not everyone supports the same. Showing your man you support his dreams and want to see him reach his goals is top tier. Just because hold on, y'all. I'm going to the next screen. Hold on. Hold on. Okay, just because the idea don't sound right to you or you think it's not worth the time, don't shut him down. Instead, boost him up and be encouraging. And if he fails, be there when he's trying to explain and truly listen because he could really be hurt. Ryan, you talk first on that one.
I had hard problems hearing that. Can you repeat that?
Okay, yes, I can because I kind of cut out. The support one is hard because we as humans only support the way we know how, and not everyone supports the same. Showing your man you support his dreams and want to see him reach his goals is top tier. Just because the idea don't sound right to you or you think it's not worth the time, don't shut him down. Instead, boost him up and be encouraging. And if he fails, be there when he is trying to explain and truly listen because he could truly be hurt or really be hurt.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely could tap in on that one. The support is everything, especially if you guys are in a real relationship or marriage, something that you guys are trying to build a life together or have a life together. I think it's important to show that support. I mean, look, it works. I mean, behind every great man is what? A great woman, and she literally pushed him or helped propel him to that. An example I like to use, of course, Michelle and Barack. A lot of LeBron and Savannah, you know what I'm saying? Steph and Aisha, you know, Will and Jada. I mean, Kobe and his wife. It like he always revert back to, okay, y'all think I'm so great, but you know, I was able to do this because of my wife held my household down and she held me down and she allowed me to, and she believed in me being in conversations of the greatest. When I told her I was going to be the greatest, she believed that. So she said, go ahead and do that. I believe you. I trust you. Go ahead and do your thing. And that's how their relationship works. So I think you have to be wise enough to, of course, you don't do that with everybody, because some men will take advantage and some men will, you know, not be serious. But if you're with a man that is serious and, you know, he has things that he wants to do, I think it's important to support, because you could be the difference of him making it or not.
Let me add to that, and you also got to be with a person that sees you as a teammate and not as a competition.
Facts.
Because a lot that goes a lot in a lot of relationships, is that husband and wife, they don't see each other as a team. They see one another as more
that's real talk. That's real talk.
Especially in a lot of times when a woman makes more than a man, there's a place in that. I experienced that, you know, even with my own last marriage. Instead of us being a team, it felt like it's like I had a friend in me almost. You know what I mean? Like, okay, like, hold up. You know, we a team, right? I fall, you fall. Not, you know.
Right.
But that person has to really feel that and see that, because if you all team player and they like, nope, I'm you know, in competition with you, that's a disaster.
I mean, that's probably a toxic male trait. You can't let finances or money make you feel inferior. If you do, you got some problems within yourself. You got to go fix, because money is not the only thing that makes you up or feel great. Like, come on, like, people always put so much on having money, and why are men so insecure about that? Like, if you working and going out there and bringing in income, and she happen to make more than you, so the fuck what?
Right.
Like,
what if your desire is to be a teacher and hers is a lawyer, and you're the most amazing teacher ever? Why isn't that good enough? You should follow your dreams, and that's kind of what Ron and I talked about. I think that it creates animosity, because I found that lately in some of my friend groups, a girl is doing, you know, what she went to school for, what she really loves. The male may not have gone to school, but he's still doing what he wants to do. But because she starts to now climb the ladder and is bringing in this check, but that's what she wanted all along. And you got with her knowing that. Now you want to switch your career, do something you absolutely hate. And you coming in talking about what you hate about your job. And even though she doesn't like certain things, she's also talking about how amazing that challenge was versus you saying how much you hate everything. And you hate her because she loves what she's doing. That's not fair. You should have stuck with what you really love, despite the money that it was bringing in, if that is your career. It's nothing that can replace a teacher or somebody that cares for children or things like that. And they're the least paid, unfortunately. But if that's your calling and she is truly proud of you and she is saying we versus I, who cares if I put more money down on the house? I'm never going to say anything, but your attitude is giving it away. Who cares?
Right. It's both the ours, right? On the lease, we both on the mortgage. So why does it matter who put more on the down payment? So what? It's both the ours anyway.
That part. But it's a lot of people that are disrespectful of that too. I was in someone's home, and in that home, it was a married couple, and it was a wife saying this, but she was like, "Oh, look at what he did. Look at his this." And I'm looking at her like, that is so disrespectful. As a wife, why would you even be saying that? And to keep it 100, you talking and trying to be cute and be funny, but you don't know I know your business. You pulling all your money on me.
Right.
So what if somebody said this? It's just that you don't, it's husbands and wives that are not even respecting marriage. And that's why marriage has become such a joke to outside people, because they looking like you don't even respect marriage. So how do you, if I'm looking at you and you supposed to be the one to pull me into marriage or show me how beautiful it is, but everything you have to say is bad, or you talking worse than a single person, why would I want to do that? Is that your, or do you even like this person?
But like we said, people get married for the wrong reasons now. It's not, they don't even know each other no more. They just be getting married, and once they get married, that's when they figure out, oh, I don't really like him. Oh, I really don't like her, because y'all didn't date or do nothing to see if y'all was really compatible for each other. Marriage, people don't get married for that no more. They get married for other reasons, to be financially stable and all that.
Right. If you wanted a banker, just say so. You should have applied for a line of credit, because that
I want a
man is not
banker
a line
with
of
a line of credit right now. My third marriage, I'm only getting married for money. I'm not doing the love thing.
And some people feel like that. You don't want, they don't want to.
If that's what you want, just be honest, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's what we said. People don't be honest no more. If they go in saying that, like, okay, I'm getting married with, because I don't love you, I just love what you can do for me, sir.
Look,
be honest.
Ron and I know a couple that got married for alignment. They got married for alignment. They are still married today, because the love came later. Because if you be honest, I'll tell you what Caucasians, another luxury that all of these other races have, and some Africans as well, they marry in their class. They go out and specifically say, this is what I want. You want to know why they do that? And it does make sense if you think about it.
It do make sense.
I don't want to leave the type of lifestyle that I am accustomed to, or I never want to live this type of lifestyle. I want this one, and all the rest will come later. I'm going to love you so much because shit, I ain't got nothing to worry about. I'm going to love you so much because I have this thing. Just start being honest about what your thing is. It's nothing wrong with your answers.
Nope.
Don't be mean to people if they don't have it, but go for what you want. Stop going for what you don't want. And then when you get with that person, if you get the, okay, if they don't, they in college, so they going for this. And if they, listen, my cousin, one of my cousins was at Berkeley, and he was supposed to be a football player. He ended up not being a football player, but a very lucrative career. First of all, you at Berkeley, okay? That woman, as soon as he was not going to be a football player no more, but you done already married him, you done already had your baby. When I tell you 8 shades of ignorant, he barely saw his kid, anything like that. She turned into batshit crazy. But shut up, fool. You know which one turned into, because it's only 3 cousins that went, it's 1 cousin and 2 uncles that went to Berkeley. Shit. But then we got Aunt Sophia on the other side. Aunt Sophia was the one, worked at PBS, had a career, loved Uncle Ronald's dirty draws, let him do what he did. When he got out of school, that was the one he chose to marry. She left her corporate career, followed him, and basically started back at entry level. He was just a brand new coach. moved wherever he moved, started with his money, paid off everything. She came in as a partner. He was a partner to her. Now she can have it. Well, actually, immediately, she could have whatever she wanted. She went for what she wanted. He went for what he wanted. Stop going for what you don't want and then getting mad when that partner doesn't give you what you are looking for.
Right.
You better preach.
It's not fair. It's not fair. And listen, them black people's at that country club, like, yeah, Bonnie is gonna marry Ed. You gonna marry this one. You gonna marry that one. It's strategic alignment. The love will come. If you happy, it's a lot more, you more likely to be in love. We the only ones taught that struggle love is what it is. I don't want good times.
No, I don't want that either. Shit,
I
fuck
don't
that.
want good times. That was beautiful for them, but I don't want good times.
Yeah,
I
me
want to be
neither.
the hustlers.
I want to have good times, but I don't want to like.
Those
I
the
don't
show
know.
good times.
I want to have good times. I want a partner.
No,
You know what I
the
mean?
show good times.
where
Not
they know
I don't want
they're
to
my
have good
partner,
times.
my
The
teammate.
show good times. Remember, they never made it out of that damn apartment.
Oh, the show good
Yeah,
times.
the show good times. I don't want that. I don't want that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Love don't conquer all. Love
No,
is
it don't.
never, ever, ever paid a bill.
Oh,
It just all depends what a person wants. You know, you can find that person. You and your mate supposed to want the same things in life. You know what I mean? I don't
Equally
want to be
yoked.
rich. I just want to be comfortable. At the end of the day, I want to be able to do stuff. I want us to not struggle on bills. I want to be able to be supportive, you know, with my mate and support them, and they support us and watch each other grow.
me too.
Without all
I
much.
Me too. I think I want me an older boyfriend too, husband,
It
because
ain't
I
even
just feel
gotta be
like
older.
I
They
feel
just
like
gotta
the
have
older ones they probably still play games too, but I
play
just
with the
feel like
shenanigans. I'm letting you know it don't matter.
oh,
50,
for real, the
60,
older ones act
70,
crazy too.
30,
Bro,
40,
just
20.
one
They all with the shenanigans.
that's
What
ready.
you say?
What you say, Gina?
Get you one that's ready. My boyfriend is 50. But
That's what I'm saying. 50. I'm
Yeah.
43. 50 ain't that. I mean,
yeah,
come on.
Let her finish.
I mean, but sometimes the 50s be with the shenanigans because I got one that's with the shenanigans. I know he
Thank
with
you.
Was
the
he
Because you just
50?
said that last week.
he 50
Was he
something,
50?
and I know for sure he's with the shenanigans.
She
He was
remember she
50?
just told us that, bro.
I know, but was he over 50?
Yeah, he's over 50. He's with the shenanigans, and
That's
I
what
just
I'm
can't wait to lay it on the table.
yeah, ready. You gotta get you one
Because
that they
remember,
say
you
they
guys
ready.
just
You can't
said,
get you one that you wanna be.
I get you. See, and
because remember, y'all just said they wasn't raised with a daddy. So y'all letting them carry this shit all the way till they get to their grave. You want
Well,
to
you
know?
too damn old if you over 50 and you still acting like that. Like,
But
that's
bro, you
ridiculous.
just said, y'all said they not raised with a dad. So you didn't tell them at what age they had. Am I
Well,
wrong? You see,
if you
I be
50,
trying to tell them, brother. I be trying
He
to
got
tell
a
them.
whole therapy.
no, if you 50, you should have
That's
grew
why
up with back in the days. It was different. If they over 50 back in the day,
No,
they
back
didn't
in
grow
the
up in the
days, the
same
neighbor
era
was
as
up in their
us.
mama's ass more. Back in the days, the neighbor was showing up with a whole baby that didn't belong to their mama. Back in the day, they dealt with way more. What are you talking about? Stop playing. Am I wrong?
Girl, oh my gosh.
Damn,
Every generation got a curse.
I'm so mad. Every time it get juicy, my fucking Wi-Fi cut out. That
I
shit
know.
is
We
so
need
annoying.
to get it
I'm
together,
waiting for you to
sister.
use your
I do.
hotspot.
I need to get it
Turn
You
your
together.
make too
hotspot
much
on.
money.
I
You
do.
make too much money.
This is
No, mom,
Friday.
age don't matter, nor does profession, because her dad was a pastor, and we're not going to say it.
Oh Lord. Wait, who daddy was a pastor that was doing
My
stuff?
mom. My mom.
Oh.
Well, who mom? I can't see.
My mom. My mom is a PK.
Who is that? Who's talking?
Asia.
Sure. You can't see him?
Girl, I don't know. I need to put on some glasses or something. I just hear
Oh, it's
voices.
me. I'm talking.
I'm like, who's talking?
Me. Oh my God. Okay, let me read the last one. Okay, the last one. Sister, you might have to read the question just in case, Danny. Hold on. It says, number 7 says, delivery is everything. The way you say things can have a huge effect on how something will turn out. Your tone, your facial expressions, and body language, which is all communication. We can feel when a motherfucker ain't really trying to hear what we're saying. Don't be thrilled about something today, and I feel and say, see, I knew it wasn't going to work. Ooh, I knew it wasn't going to work out, or you should have did it this way or that way. Saying that automatically makes me feel like you didn't support me to begin with and was waiting for me to fail. Can I say something real quick? Because we have talked about this before, and many therapists have said it. I am not responsible for your triggers. I am not responsible for how you receive things. If I'm telling you something and we're talking, if you know that in my heart I do love you and support you, no matter if I use a certain word you don't want me to use that day or you're being defensive, do you want to receive it or don't you? Because people can walk on eggshells. Because if we are talking, the reason why I said that is because, no, you should not say, see, I knew it wasn't going to work. But saying something like, but babe, I tried to tell you to do this because we're supposed to be talking and making decisions together, but you went against it.
Maybe if we say it like how you said it right there, if we say it like, yes, the delivery, it's the delivery. Because if we said,
bro, I've said it that way before, and it'd be like, see, that's what I was talking about.
No, that's
Wait,
like,
what? Did you want me to talk?
But it's the same thing. That's like with number 7. I have the same thing for number 7. It says,
okay, read yours.
He says, tonnage and wording is everything. Woman that doesn't have a filter skips the think before you speak mindset. Some women can demoralize a man while trying to uplift. There's a way to motivate, encourage us men to do better. But when it's in the form of belittlement, that's when it deems as passive aggressive. Again, deliverance.
yes, delivery. I can understand what he's saying on that. I can understand it.
I can understand it, but what I can also understand is that people have become way too emotional. But I wanted you to say it like this because here's what you're trying to do. You're circumnavigating the problem. You're changing from what you should have done because niggas be fucking up and girls be fucking up. People be fucking up. And if I need to tell you you fucked up, then you fucked up.
I just don't say nothing at all no more. I'm not gonna say nothing no more because my delivery show is a no filter.
What I'm saying, bro. I didn't get offended in nothing nobody said to me because I know you guys love me and you was not trying to offend me. But somebody else.
But anybody else, everybody is not the same as us. So me being Rashonda, the 43-year-old Rashonda, I just won't say nothing because I don't have a filter and I know I'm gonna hurt your feelings. I don't know how to say it another. I don't know how, but I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to say it in a different way that's not going to offend you. So I just won't say it at all. I'm not saying it from a mean place. I'm just going to tell you without a filter.
Girl, because I feel like, I don't know if this is appropriate for the conversation, but I feel like males don't have a problem saying
how they feel.
Come on, because Kevin Samuels just had them damn near making us want to commit suicide.
He didn't make me want to commit suicide.
No, I didn't say you. I said feet. Come on, y'all. Talk.
No, but I feel like the women that felt like that with Kevin Samuels had low self-esteem. If he made you feel any kind of way.
You're making a perfect example. If I have low self-esteem, then a lot of things that you will say will trigger me, right?
Then you don't need to be in a relationship. You got low self-esteem like that.
Exactly.
So, again, but that's the point. I am not responsible for how this motherfucker. Listen, hold on. This Gina.
Regina, go some part in your house that the Wi-Fi working good.
Well, I just got her on another thing. Now I'm gonna go on and stop right here, and I'm gonna let Gina talk in case she get knocked out.
Go somewhere where you ain't gonna mess up, Regina.
It's fucked up everywhere I go.
No, you good right there, so don't move. Just say, go ahead. You start. You go ahead, Gina.
I missed some shit because my phone cut off.
You want? No, we actually was talking about people just being too sensitive.
Too sensitive.
If
they weren't our delivery.
Somebody got mad at me for answering the question. I was asked, "Are you going to come to this birthday party?" And I said, "Oh no, I'm not." Do you know I haven't talked to that person in 3 years?
And they got offended because of that.
Well, when was the delivery wrong at?
No, they got offended because you didn't.
Look, I'm like, where was the delivery wrong at?
You know
To
what?
a kid's birthday party, by the way. And at this particular time, I was recovering from surgery, still back at work, and it was my only day off. That person is still not talking to me till
That's
today.
because they wasn't your friend in the first place. Then you know.
Yeah,
What?
because you
So my
can't get an
point
attitude
is,
over that.
People
and
want
it's
to
a
go.
family member, not a friend.
But
So
even
my
with
point
family
is,
members, me and
you
you
can't tip.
are family members, right? And there was an event that I didn't go to of yours, but after I got to talk to you, I got to explain why I wasn't there and my reasoning and how I felt
But
about it.
I was never mad at you though.
Right, but
Oh.
you know, but still, but it's just the point of, you know, you could have took it offensive, you know, you really could have, and it could have went back, you know, that way. But that's just people that sometimes people want to be mad at you, or I don't know. Like, I just feel like, you know, to me, if somebody really, really fuck with you and they really your friend or even family or whatever the case, they really fuck with you, all that petty shit, it's never gonna cut what we got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what
People just feel too entitled nowadays. Like we said, people feel too entitled. They feel too entitled. Like you.
I want you to say it and deliver it.
Yeah.
I want you to deliver it. Life is not all about you. Like,
People are too entitled now, and like we said, so I rather not say nothing because I know I'm gonna hurt your feelings. So I'll just leave it at that.
That's why I love you. This girl here, but she just say what she gonna say, and that's it.
I'm not, yeah, like it's no reason for me to say nothing, like, because I'm gonna hurt your feelings anyway. So let me just shut up. Because if you keep on saying something to me, then I'm going to hurt your feelings on purpose.
But what I'm telling you, Rose, it don't matter. You could dummy it down too. And Gina is a witness.
Yeah.
At one point, Gina actually told me, you could do more damage by trying not to do damage, Asia. Just stop.
Stop.
Because I was that person, like, damn, if I hurt your feelings, okay, let me try it this way. Okay, let me do it this way. At one point, I was like, that's when I really stopped talking. Like, I don't have nothing else to say. Because
that's what I'm saying. I won't say exactly. Just be quiet. Like, I'll just be quiet.
Bro. That's not fun to have friends who supposedly love you and everything you say you're attacked. It don't feel, that's not fair. That doesn't feel good.
It's not fair. But I'm gonna tell you this: what I know about people that have that mentality. No matter how you say it to them, their feelings are gonna get hurt. You can lick their asshole while you're saying it. Their feelings are still gonna get hurt. I promise you. It's the mentality of that person. Like, I think it's crazy that we have to tiptoe around people about the shit that we say. Because more likely, others are not. They're not gonna tiptoe around you when they want to say how they feel. They don't tiptoe.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
That shit sounds weird to me. Like, what?
They don't even want you to respond in the same tone, and I'd be like, well, what was my answer supposed to be?
Right.
Because I don't understand. Like you said on the subject before, if you fucked up, I don't want to sugarcoat telling you fucked up. I don't want to.
How can I look at you as a man if you want me to keep pussyfooting around you?
I can't do that because you're a man.
I respect you as a man, but I can't say you fucked up. You ain't shit for that. But I'm supposed to just keep eating everything you do, everything you say, handle everything, suck the shit up. Don't stop following on things. Get over that. Get over that. You keep doing the same thing.
Because I can't get over that.
Girl,
me neither.
You hear what I'm saying? We have to eat everything.
That's right. And that's why I get confused as far as who's who. Because I feel like men want us to talk to them like I feel like they should talk to us.
Come on.
So I'm at this day and age, I'm so confused. Like, who are you people?
But then when we start acting like what they call the male, we're not the male. I don't want you to baby me. Gina, have you ever told me that I fucked up and I went off, I cried, I acted a fool? What happened?
No, we don't get down like that.
Come on. Any one of y'all. Bro, Danielle, have I ever? Then how? I don't understand how, for real, I be in situations and I'm like, wait, what? No, I said exactly what I meant.
Because people take things on how they want to take them. And I only say that because even being in my last relationship, there would be a point in time where, like, I could say something in the most calmest, like, you know, like, hey, like very subtle, like low tone, like I'm talking to you right now. And it was still took an offensive.
That's what I was
like, okay, well, let me try to tell you like I'm talking to my babies over here.
Yes,
still
customer service.
Now, let me go ahead and tell you why I feel this way. people take things on how they want to. So when a person want to perceive it as, it's just like reading a text message. If you're in a bad mood that day, you're gonna read that text message in a bad mood. I could have been just joking with you like I normally, like, hey, ho,
right?
Yeah.
But now you took it a whole different way. People perceive things on how they want to.
Yeah.
And once the person is that way,
scared of
it ain't
other
nothing you can do about that.
That's exactly what I'm saying. So why am I gonna sugarcoat it? You're a buster, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say it to you anyway.
Basically.
Sorry.
I feel like if I ain't calling you out your name and yelling at you and belittling you,
right?
What
that's
else
right.
do you for me?
Actually means me telling you fucked up because you made a horrible decision. It's not me belittling you because I'm gonna follow it up. Okay, so baby, now how to
but
get
here's
out
what we can do to fix it, or I got your back. Let's make it happen.
I'm gonna follow up with that for sure. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna fix it. I'm gonna let you know you fucked up, so you won't do it again.
Right.
And stop leaving me out of decisions that involve us. That's not fair. That's disrespect.
But people are ridiculous. That's like men cheat on you and then they'll blame you for them cheating on you.
Yes. It's your fault.
It's your fault because it's X, Y, and Z.
I'm dead.
It's your fault because you didn't make the steak right.
I'm dead and I died. I'm dead and I died.
Girl, extra pie.
So,
if you would have did this, nigga,
girl, look, that's a whole nother topic right there.
Oh my mama.
I just don't understand what the resolve to these questions, what these things are going to be, because we're not giving credit for all the things that we do that they have asked us to do. If my voice is my tone, okay, so I have recorded my tone, I've watched my tone and make sure I use my tone like if I'm at work. Then I was told, you talking to me like I'm a kid. You told me not to. Okay.
Struggle, bro. Which one you want?
This is what I'm saying.
What do you want?
This is what I'm saying. Yeah. Or it's your body language.
So, but when
what about my body language?
Then I'm not. Girl,
well, you're not smiling when you say it. Well, let's talk about this. I'm holding a picture of you with somebody you shouldn't be with. I don't think I would, like I'm probably angry, but I didn't stab you. I mean, I could have stabbed you.
They didn't consider your feelings when they try what you said. Okay.
Oh, and this is what I'm saying. It's just not fair. And I'm finding that it's become a part of friend groups. It's become a part of family. It's become a part of everything. Everybody just has an excuse, and not too many people are checking themselves. Not too many people are trying to figure out, why do I have this trigger and how can I turn around what I'm hearing? Not too many people are doing that. And that's the only control that you have, is over how you receive, how you hear things. But we all have 18 million suggestions for others and what they can do for us. But you don't have any for you. Like, one of my triggers is I don't like it when people tell me, well, you should have, or you better. I don't like it. But since I don't like it, and I know that people use those words, if they're not aggressive, I've changed my brain to say, Asia, that's not what they meant. Move forward. It doesn't bother me anymore. But I had to accept and realize my triggers, because everybody can't not use words that are regular words.
I mean, no, that's true. That's very true.
I had to, but I wanted to do that for me, because my feelings was hurt by a lot of things people would say, and I'd be like, why are you treating me like that? But it went back to how I was talked to when I was a kid. And once I realized that in therapy, it was like, oh, okay. No, I need to change that. That's something I'm responsible for.
Sure.
And that's when relationships are fine. Even if somebody says something to irritate the fuck out of me, I'm like, shit, I probably irritate the fuck out of you too.
Right.
I'm not perfect either. Yeah. So my problem is, stop expecting me to be perfect for you when you don't do a goddamn thing for me.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to do it.
I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not, and it's not fair. And if that means I won't be invited, I won't hang around, and guess what? I pay a nice, healthy rent. I love the fuck out of my house. I got my own car to do shit by myself.
Exactly. I mean, we're all old enough, at that age where that's about what it is.
I'm not gonna have the same fucking conversations, and I'm not gonna deal with people that walk away with no reason because you blinked and you don't say nothing. Well, then, bitch, I'm gonna keep blinking.
I just can't
But
baby you. You
here's the
know.
thing. I'm still not going to treat you. I do not like you. Hell, you don't like me. So I'm still not going to do it. But what Asia's not going to do, what I had to stop doing was showing up. I'm not going to show
Right.
it because you don't give a fuck. You still getting what you need out of me. I'm the one that's withdrawn. I can't love you into loving me.
Right.
And that's what a lot of us are trying to do. And it's nothing wrong with it until it's something wrong with it. Do it and put forth the effort in relationships. But if you're not making no segue, don't keep letting. That's abuse.
It is.
That's abuse. It is for real. It's abuse. And you don't have to deal with that from anybody. Because if they love you enough, they will stop doing it. They will care that it hurts you. But nobody could tiptoe around. That just don't make no damn sense.
Yeah, people crazy. Everybody crazy.
Period.
At the end of the day.
So why don't you just laugh more? You know, you can actually laugh at some of the stuff you get upset about.
Have a good time. You know?
Did anybody know that? You actually can. I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, dear Black men, if you choose to keep being offended, talk to your mom. You don't have no advice.
I just think it's a lot of broken. It's a lot of broken. Just like how it's a lot of broken Black women, it's a lot of broken Black men, and I feel like that we also, just like how everybody expect for the Black woman to be so strong and take on so much, I also think that even ourselves, we do that a lot with men. We make it seem like men don't supposed to have certain feelings and don't supposed to express certain things. And when they do, you know, we kind of, and I'm not saying everybody, but certain people criticize them, you know, for it, which is not fair. And I think once we start realizing that, hey, men are going through things and they suffer, they're humans, they have feelings, you know,
and that's why they say they don't say a lot of things, because when they do say they feelings and stuff, we be like, oh, like, you know, we got a problem with it.
Because think about it with kids, you have a boy and a girl, your baby girl cry, you like, oh baby, come here, what's wrong, let me fix it, let me kiss it. But when a boy is crying, it was like, you don't supposed to be crying, stop being a little girl, you know. So at that, from a young age, we already showing them, don't show no type of emotion, hold it in, and that's like a bomb. After a while it blows up. So until it's recognized that, hey, the world is hard, you've been through stuff, childhood, whatever the case may be, and you have your own demon and things that you need to work with, you know, as well. Just like us, it's not just women, it's also within Black men too. And we both have it hard, and we're both dealing with the world, and we're both dealing with all these different things and stereotypes thrown at us. It's not just a you thing, it's a us thing. And the only way that we're going to ever be able to get out of this is thus we love one another and pull. But as long as we keep doing this is all bad.
You know what's and what my
you're cutting it out.
Away.
It's always, can you hear me?
Yeah, now.
I feel like in my experience of life, it's always a Black woman that says what you say. I hardly ever hear a Black man say those same things. I feel like Black women are always the ones that we realize we are fucking up with our men, and we want to be there and support them, and we say the things that you just said. But it's rare when I hear a Black man say that strictly about Black women. Not, I love everyone and I date everybody. Oh, all women beautiful. No. It's very rare, far few in between for me to hear a Black man say what you said, to acknowledge that he doesn't, he's not sensitive to the Black woman. He's not sensitive to what the Black woman struggle is going through. You know, same thing you said, but you know, vice versa. I don't hear many Black men doing that or saying that. So that's what makes me sad.
Because they say, I didn't have a father in the house. I didn't know how to do this. That's why. Because they're automatically giving excuses. The world is too hard. The world is this. It's hard on both of us.
It's hard on both, but that's what I'm saying. We'll admit that. We'll admit that. But I've been in too many arguments with Black men that I feel like they don't feel like we go through the same things that they go through. And it's weird to me how they don't feel that way.
They don't.
And it's weird. Black men I'm talking about.
Right.
And so that's what hurts my feelings, because we're always the one to be like, okay, guys, we get it. Well, when are y'all gonna get us? Instead of telling us, oh, y'all aren't spontaneous enough, y'all don't want to get your hair wet. Understand why we don't want to get our fucking hair wet. Understand why we're not spontaneous enough. Understand why we don't want to go skydiving. Don't mock us and make fun of us and pretend like we're just losers.
Unreasonable. You're just horrible.
And let's figure it out together.
Right.
But y'all are not wanting to. You're just wanting to jump fucking ship. But you want us to keep supporting you while you jumping ship. What do we look like?
And why you tearing us down on the way out? You're not even interested in it. And you're willing to tear us down. Look at everything. But we feed into it because it's what gets you attention or what makes you popular. Look at the shit Kasha posts. Every time Kasha posts something, I'm like, you know that I'm fat. So why, if you love me and I'm so beautiful, how the fuck do you post about fat people so much? And then you let all these people say this shit, and yes, you're letting them because you posted it.
But she ain't skinny, so I'm confused.
How do you post about?
I'm sorry, guys. Sorry.
But that's the reality. The reality is we are entertaining those conversations. We are posting those things because it is a pick me, and then you know they talk to her. Well, yeah, queen. Yeah, they're calling you queen and all that shit because they agree with you because you letting them run us into the fucking ground. You're agreeing with them. I don't get how if you have a problem with black women, then don't date. You're only going to date and marry one. So how do I disgust you though? Because show us a picture of your mama.
Because
right now, show her some of your mammy right now.
A lot of men do that though. That's like recent. Like for instance, when have you ever heard a famous black woman get on there and say, "I don't date black men because A, B, and C."
Never.
But there's a lot of famous black men that get on there and say, "I don't date black women."
That's my point. This is
and they don't start dating, and they don't say that until they get money.
That's it.
Soon as they get money, that's when they stop dating them.
The guy that plays sports, I forgot what sport, but he's with a Caucasian female, and now that Caucasian female is no longer with him, and she got a team of lawyers. Now they're not married, but she got a team of lawyers, and she's taking him to court because she wants half of his money.
Oh, Tiger Woods.
You want to post the shit on black blogs and stuff like that, sir? I have nothing to say to you.
You talking about Tiger Woods?
Tiger Woods?
No. It wasn't Tiger Woods. It's a new one.
New girlfriend is taking him to court.
It wasn't Tiger Woods, but I'm pretty sure. I mean, it happens all the time.
Yeah, because Tiger Woods, she doing the same thing. They was his boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, it was his girlfriend. She said they had an agreement.
You said we the problem. I thought you said
right. But them ones, they only be with them. They only with them for what they can do for them.
No, we're only with them for their money. When we leave, we want to take everything. No,
but it's proven facts with them. It's proven facts with them. Soon as they lose a contract or anything, they go.
So why do they keep trying to push that stigma on us? Is what I'm.
That's what I'm saying. Sister. Or why is it that when now this white woman is coming for you, and now you want to post it on the black blogs? What do you want us to say to you? You want us to come to bat for you? How dare they do that to you? This and that. I don't have nothing else to say for you, homeboy.
I don't know who you talking about, because I know most of the times when it be like that, the black people don't be on their side.
No, this is what I'm saying. They're not. But why did you post on the black? Yeah, they're not. Everybody's in the comments like we're over it. I don't have a problem with you being with whoever you want to be with. I have a problem with
don't try to
said about me. You put us down. You did all of these things, and if you have a baby with this white woman, your child is still black, nigga. So when your daughter hears that, or when your son hear that, then what?
That's just like that black boy that got killed last year that was dating that white girl. And he said all that stuff about how black girls was ghetto and all that stuff, but and how they act. But your white girlfriend killed you.
Sure did, and still ain't with the jail.
Dog. You're so
no, she is in jail now. She in jail now.
Okay.
She in jail now. But when she killed, but yeah, I was about to say she was free for a long time because she said it was self-defense. They had to get the video recordings of them in the elevator and all that with her fighting him and everything.
I saw those.
And then the friends of him was saying like how that girl was abusive to him always. It wasn't ever him. So I was thinking in my mind like, damn nigga, so how are you seeing that the black girls do all this, but your white bunny
quit whooping your ass
and killed you and killed you.
But it's us.
And basically got away with it. The only reason I think that they put her in jail because some people were saying
because of the video. Because let's just be clear.
Exactly.
If the police on her husband and Asia says I saw it, that's enough. So if the friend said something, why did you need a video for it?
Right. Because she walked with when they came, they let her cry and do all that. But you see how the black people act. We was just like, oh well.
Yeah.
Because you so talking to pass. But
I didn't want nobody to pass either, but I didn't feel.
for you.
I didn't feel sorry for him. I didn't feel sorry for him.
Being on the front line for y'all.
Sorry, I don't.
I didn't feel sorry for him because you talked all that mess about black women. You talked all that stuff about how black women are, and you got killed by your white girlfriend.
Look at the irony in that shit.
Right.
Sorry. You made an example.
There's a video where he's making a joke, like he has his girlfriend, like he's piggybacking with her or something like that. He says something like black women, and like she laughs, like ha 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 ha, like he makes a joke.
I saw that.
Girl, I gotta find it and send it to you. But because I kind of went and researched him.
I think hurting us is okay, and we uplift them so much on the front line. Go to bat for them, just because you're simply a black man. If a black man was walking down the street and something happened, I'm immediately going to try to help that black man because you're a black man. But for us, they talk about us for everything. They can't possibly think that that's showing us any type of love.
No, it's for me, honestly, I feel like since black women have a little bit harder because we're stereotyped in a major way. And that's like
but in the home, out of the home. Let black men tell it we don't have it hard. But go ahead.
Even when you have transgenders, whenever a man goes to acting like a woman, they act like us. But they act like us to the extreme where you ain't never seen, and it don't matter whether they Mexican, white, it don't matter what the man is. Act like that black woman.
So
we don't want to get canceled. We don't want to get canceled. Come on, guys.
No, I think it's because they admire us. I think it's because they admire us.
So,
what I don't understand is that's just like when the Caucasian lady dates the black man. She gets the haircut and she gets the whole but all of us don't act like that.
Sure don't.
3 women like that don't act like that. We not snapping. We ain't got 1,000 kids. We ain't being super loud and ghetto. But I've seen it 100 times. And what I don't understand is just be you. I don't even if you want to use our slang. I'm fine with that. It's just the extra of the whole hey.
They on 1,000. They on 1,000.
They on 1,000, bro. They on 1,000.
So I want this to be a whole show, actually. So I will cut. Yes. So I will cut here because let me tell you, when I was doing what I was doing and I was with all the fellas, I posed something to them, and this is what I want us to begin with for the next show. I said, black women are so attacked and nobody pays attention to it that even in the transgender community, we are under attack. They also bring their energy into our space and tell us how much better than us they are. And like they gonna bully us and use their masculine energy in our space. Like you finna debo me and I'm supposed to just shut the fuck up and take it. Nigga, you will never be a better bitch to me. So we'll leave it there. Because
I'll tell you that because so I won't forget. I can't remember who said it, but I'll remind me because one of them just came out and was at a concert that was like they are the blueprint for women.
And see, that's what I'm saying. That's the most
a transgender said that they were the blueprint.
Let's leave it there because we will keep going. We will keep going.
I know we will. We will.
I want it to be a full show because it's some good stuff. So everybody think about what you want to say. I want to give it a full show because I really want to. This space has been disrespected way too long. And the pregnant man is what did it for me. So I will I'll do the questions like I did last time, but they'll be for us. So we can think about it and we can answer the questions in a row. If anybody else have questions that they want to add, I'll do 3 and then everybody else add 1. How about that?
Okay.
So we'll do it like that. That way we'll keep the show the same way with knowing what questions we're going to
address. Regina, you make sure you in a good Wi-Fi area.
I know.
Girl, because we're going to have to answer first every time.
So, you sit right where you sit next week. I want to make sure you on that couch.
So we are going to end the show, and like we always do, I'll leave everybody with their closing statement on their own. But just like we end every show, if you see, we're still ending laughing, smiling. We still love everybody, but these are things that are concerning to us, and that's what the show is supposed to be about, and how we can fix it. I don't know about this last one though, but this next one, I'm telling you right now, don't be in the comments if you offended. Don't tell us how we don't feel because It's gonna get real next week. I'm saying everything I want to say. I don't have a filter. It's probably not getting monetized, and I don't give a fuck. Okay, who's next?
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm gonna have my bottle.
I'm gonna have a bottle. I'm not going
tonight. I had a bottle tonight. It's great.
I'm in the car, but I'm gonna have a bottle.
Okay. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I've been drinking all day, so hell.
It's Tuesday, ain't it? No.
Yeah.
I've been drinking all day.
It's appropriate. It's appropriate.
Okay, so everybody have a good evening.
All right.
A happy Taco Tuesday. You can still go out and eat your tacos.
You can make them at home. It don't matter what time you cook, you know.
Right. Or have your cap, your little, what is it, nightcap with your little drink.
That's right.
Okay. Wind down. Okay. Gina, Danielle.
Good night, everybody. You know, love yourself. Think twice before you do shit. Be spontaneous.
And you know me, get it how you live it. And that's it.
Okay, that was short and sweet. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We will absolutely see you next week. Again, I'm going to be watching the comments next week, so do not come if you're going to be disrespectful or offended. Nobody's going to bite their tongue. They're going to say exactly how they feel because we are women, and this is a woman topic that is very sensitive to us because we are women, and I'm not making anybody filter how they feel. So, with that being said,
we're born women. Oh, sorry.
Here, that is my right. That is my right. I have like 3 of them. That's one. Yeah. So we're gonna go ahead. Well, y'all say black women don't exercise, so we're gonna exercise our right.
Hallelujah.
See, that's why I don't really talk because my mouth is smart as hell. So that is it. Everybody subscribe, and we will see you next week. Good night.